THP, good morning. How are you guys? I want to talk to you a little bit about the Morgan Cup. This is my final recap. So these are the shout outs that I'm going to give. I promise it won't be too very long. And just I feel there were, 32 guys, 31 including myself. Some volunteers, some sponsors, and our gracious hosts. And you just can't say enough about everybody on there. So, here we go. I want to start out with my sponsor, Callaway. Thank you, of course. You guys are outstanding. You've been there for 3 years. I'm praying you guys are back next year. You guys bring it, as your tagline says. I felt the gear was an extension of my game. I really did. I've played quite a few sets of irons, as we all have, and I've had confidence with quite a few sets of irons, but I don't know, this week, that week was different. That week was definitely different. Everything behaved exactly how I drew it up in my head. So thank you for that. Also, thank you for loaning us Chad. Hashtag Chad. A legend in a lot of people's minds, especially on social media. But Chad was gracious. He was forthcoming. He did everything he said he was going to do. He talked to us when we were at the media day and actually stopped me and told me to put a little bit more passion in my media spot. I was a little rigid, but Chad came, loosened me up. So I hope I got it right. I'm my own worst critic. I don't think I did a great job on him. Others say that I did okay, and I did good. So I got to take that. I got to thank Keith for coming in from Cleveland. Keith, we've met 3 times, and you still introduce yourself to me like you haven't met me. I must not be that dynamic of an individual. I kid, though. I know you meet thousands of people, but it's great seeing you. I've always enjoyed the little time we've had and chit-chatted at the show, and then we had just a hello and how are you doing at the Morgan Cup, but it's always good to see your face. And Josh from Bridgestone, Dapper Josh. I wish his name was Dan so I could call him Dapper Dan, but Josh came and represented, looked chill as usual, smooth, well-dressed, and from what I hear, took care of the Bridgestone boys. And then Jamie Lynn, I heard that your knowledge of the product was outstanding, and the little things you did with the guys jumping off the golf cart, I thought that was pretty cool. Thank you for coming out, putting up with a bunch of knuckleheads, coming to dinner. It looked like you enjoyed yourself. It was nice to have met you and talked to you briefly. Josh and Morgan, I love you guys. I consider you guys both dear, dear friends. I hope the feeling is mutual. If not, make it get that way. I'm kidding. No, but seriously, you guys, everybody says it. You guys gave us an avenue or a vehicle to showcase our talents on the golf course and off the golf course, as individual golfers and as individual human beings. And I think you roll that all into one and you come up with a Morgan Cup player. And somebody, T. Nolan said, he said normal people aren't meant to do this. And I think we all start out as normal people. We're not above anybody, we're not better than anybody, but it's got to be wired. And I know what he meant. You got to be wired a little differently, and you guys have a community that's wired differently, that's turned into a family, as I said at the Morgan Cup. So thank you. Love you guys. Can't say it enough times. So then let's move on down to the teams and start off with .com. And by the way, this is like the 4th time I've recorded this thing, and I always forget somebody, and I generally like to say that I have a great memory, but I guess it's not that great. So I'm going to be looking down every once in a while to get this right. But Dean, I get chills, man. Every time I think of you walking up 18, That is what stands out in my head about that weekend. A lot of things stand out in my head, but that moment takes me back instantaneously to what I was thinking and what I was feeling. And your one arm raised was absolutely classic. People referred to it as Rudy. It blew Rudy out of the water. I got chills, and I still get chills when I think about it. And, you know, you surrounded yourself with some really, really stellar guys. Triple Bogey Tim, I know you didn't play as well as you wanted to for a stretch. I think it was just a stretch. It wasn't a whole day because you pushed both your other matches to 18. And bravo to you. But you hit, I'll count them 7 or 8 untimely shots that unfortunately you and Nate couldn't dig yourself out of that hole. But those shots don't define your weekend, and I hope you don't get down on yourself. I watched your video this morning, and I'm pretty sure you're not, but those are the shots I counted as your bad shots. And out of all the shots you hit that weekend, that's pretty damn good. White Rhino, 3-0. Dude, I'll admit it, bro. I thought you were going to struggle. I'm not trying to be negative. I thought you were going to struggle with all the questions you were asking and some of the issues you were having. But you know what, dude? I am pleasantly surprised and more than happy for you that you went 3-0. That's an accomplishment. It really is. So congratulations to you. DDXU. We didn't spend too much time together, bro, but you're one of those guys that you just walk into a room and see you and just start a conversation. And that's great, because that's sort of what we did. I saw you at the outing a couple years back, and then I saw you again, and it was kind of like we never missed a beat. We chit-chatted, we shook hands, everything was cool. I appreciate that. Buck, I love you, man. Nate, I love you too. I'm putting you two guys together because we've been doing this text thing for about 8 months, and it's still continuing now, and I think that's a testament to the fact that it wasn't just about the Mortal Cup and that it was about something a lot deeper, which is friendship. I appreciate the hell out of both of you guys. Icy Shanks, my Nebraska man. I'm going to make it up to Lincoln, and we're going to go catch a game. And unfortunately, it's probably going to be chilly that time of year, but we're still going to go out and play around the golf. I got to get up there again. I love Lincoln, Nebraska, and I loved what you did for Cobra and for the forum and for yourself as it related to the Morgan Cup. You rocked it, bro. You absolutely rocked it from top to bottom. J-Con, my Pacific Northwest brother, out there in Portland, Oregon, taking care of your beautiful wife. Thank you for introducing us to her and her infectious smile. And I love watching you swing the club, bro. I love your attitude. It's really, it's indicative of the Pacific Northwest. I'm sure you fit well out there. I'll be out there in a few months, and you and I are going to play some golf. Bring your dad. I look forward to it. Team Albatross. Team Albatross is has got one of my closest friends on it in War Eagle. I've got quite a few friends on that, and not to say I didn't on the other teams, but War Eagle and I have become fast friends through playing golf in the Florida area. We're only an hour and a half apart, so you can imagine early on we were playing a lot of golf. We both started getting busy, and it kind of fell off, but we have not let that dampen our friendship. I was very happy for you when you became a captain, and I think you knocked it out the park. I really do. Excellent, excellent captain, excellent, excellent motivator, and more importantly, you're just an excellent person, period. Case in point. And then you surrounded yourself with these guys, and Mike Dean and Canadan, the two guys that we walked in and saw a year ago about this time. Didn't know these guys. Got the door open. We're in not so stellar part of Atlanta, and walk in and we just start chit-chatting, and we've been friends ever since. I admire what you and Mike Dean did, War, losing all that weight and working on your games. Canadan, you've been ducking me. You're not gonna duck me anymore. Love your swing, bro. And one word of advice to you: stop overthinking it. You have game. Stop looking for what's not there. If you have a bad day swinging, you have a bad day swinging. It doesn't mean your swing is broken down. It just means you had a bad day. So I think once you get away from that and just start trusting it and taking the good with the bad, your game's going to go to another level. I really do. Thaner, bro, you are deep, but I think you want to be known for more than being deep off the tee or deep with your irons. You're a hell of a golfer. You really are. I think if you can get rid of those blow-up holes, you'll find that you'll be tightening up that game a little bit more. It was nice to have finally met you in person. It was really nice to have met your dad. It was nice of him to come down and support you and follow you. Wade, Mr. Sawdog. Sawdog is a fall off the table fade. That's all you play. I love it. You don't try to hit a draw. You don't try to hit a low punch running draw. You just hit a fade. And sometimes you hit it solid, and sometimes you let it roll up the face. But either way, you play your fade, and that's your game, and you play your game. And I like that because you know what you need to hit, and you know where you need to be, and the object is to get the ball on the green and in the hole, and that's what you do. It was a real pleasure playing with you, bro, and hanging out with you for the weekend and following your progress to the Morgan Cup. I really mean that. Good luck with those twins, by the way. Your hair is going to start getting salty like mine. Castro, our brother from over there, put another shrimp on the bobby, as 1T had said all weekend long, which was absolutely funny. Especially, I think it was funnier that you just took it like it was no big deal. You put in a video, which you're epic at shooting videos and photos. I think if that's not what you do for a living, that's what you need to do, because you can make some serious quan doing that. But coming over, supporting the Morgan Cup, doing what you did, bro, that's a big deal. And I don't think people realize that. Your output on that is kind of above and beyond, and I appreciate that. What a cool bearded man. Dude, it was such a pleasure hanging out with you and playing with you, bro. It really was. And I'll tell you, you sort of took me out of my game a little bit in the terms of, it was like, I was so relaxed. And I can't remember the last time I was that relaxed and still hitting quality golf shots. Usually I get relaxed and I start squirreling them everywhere, and I'm so relaxed that I don't care. But I got halfway through our match and I started thinking I need to batten down the hatches a little bit. And I got a little bit quiet at the latter half of our match, but it in no way is indicative of the time I was having, because dude, you're a special breed of person, just syrupy nice. And then my driving buddy, Wake, I didn't find out you were sick till we were on our way home from the Morgan Cup, and I was looking for you the entire time we were up there. I was like, where's Wake? And I just saw him, and so I always thought I was one step behind you, but in all actuality you were in your villa, and I am really sorry that you were sick. I hope my kids didn't get you sick. I know you didn't come in contact with them, but you were in my car. But either way, bro, it was a real pleasure getting to know you on a personal level. And if anybody ever wants to just be quiet and listen to some great stories, ride with Wake. That guy has more stories and more interesting things that have happened to him in his lifetime than anybody else I know. It was a real pleasure, bro. It really was. Team Hackers. Chunky, you were my villa mate, and that was a blast. I've already touched on that, but you were a hell of a captain, and you had a hell of a bunch of guys behind you. And David Kelly, you were my biggest disappointment. Not as a person, but the fact that I had so much wanted to hang with you after all the stories I heard about you last year, and it never came to fruition, and I blame myself for that. I apologize. I want to just extend a warm, congratulatory hug to you and your fiance on your upcoming nuptials. You guys are going to make a great couple. T. Nolan, T-Clutch, we've already touched on you, bro, but I got to tell you, once again, you play way above your handicap. I hope one day I can get you at your best, and we can go head-to-head, because I think that would be a blast. 1T, you know how I feel about you, bro. Supporter of the Faux Hawk, good daddy, hard worker, funny as all get out. You really are, bro. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow in Atlanta. Cookie Monster. Dude, they should just call you the Rubber Band Man, because you bounce right back. You got so much grief in the first Morgan Cup. You picked a side. You got grief in the second Morgan Cup. You won. And then you came back for your third Morgan Cup and you enjoyed it. You are the bounce back player of the year, bro. And I'm glad that we're friends. I know we don't talk as much as we used to, but don't think that that's because we're not friends. I know we're friends. And that's why I don't worry about it. I know that when we get back together, we'll never miss a beat. But good seeing you as always. In Golfer, thank you for introducing us to your family, bro. I know you didn't have your swing intact the first couple of holes of our match. And I know if you had, you would have given us a real run for our money, because you got it back after like 5 or 6 holes, and then it was game time. Or in the immortal words of Wayne's World, game on! So, anyway, dude, I look forward to teeing up with you again. We've played 3 times. I'm pretty sure we'll play some more. Bullfrog, no filter. Love you, bro. I do. Don't take that the wrong way. I do. I really do. I think you're an outstanding individual. I think that you have your head screwed on right and you're doing it right. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Yorkham, my man, hardest working man in show business, dude. I get it. I definitely get it. And that's all I'm going to say about that. You rocked it. You did. And it showed in your game. And that's, to me, where it counted. It showed in your game. I think that Callaway equipment you got this year was probably some of the best stuff that you could have played. Awesome. It was great to see you. I love seeing you and your wife. It's always a pleasure. I've already thanked my team. I love you guys. We're still talking on Facebook. I really do. Thanks for being you guys. Wardy, my man Plato, my man Smith-Faced, thank you very much for coming down and sacrificing your time and your energy to make us look good. You guys really did an outstanding job of capturing golf shots and did an outstanding job of commentating and making everybody feel so comfortable behind a camera. That was awesome. Thank you very much. To the wives that supported all the players that showed up and the wives that didn't show up, thank you very much. It's truly a sacrifice that you guys have to make for the love of the game that we all have, and I really appreciate that. And for all you guys that are trying out for Morgan Cup 2014, go back and watch the recap videos, go back and watch the coverage, and then you'll see what it's all about. But that's just on video. And then search your heart, think about it some more, and you know, I hope that I know not everybody can get in, but I hope some of your dreams are fulfilled. I didn't think I had dreams that needed to be fulfilled until 18 on Sunday, and then I realized that I did. So it is a life changer. Thank you for everybody on the forum that supported us. That was special. It really was, and we all appreciate it. So that being said, I'm done with my recaps. I'm going to focus on my family and my job and the next THP event. And I'll still rep my sponsor. So, as I do on my Friday videos to Jake and Nate and Buckjob, what's that?